In this morning's PIX Parenting Plus, addressing eating disorders and children.
Yeah, having a picky eater is one thing, right? But recent studies show that a 93% increase in doctor's visits among kids are due to eating disorders.
More than 1 in 5 children show signs of eating disorders. This morning, we're joined by specialist Alli Spotts-DeLazzer, who's on the front lines of this fight. Alli, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me today. And I am excited to introduce this book to PIX11 viewers before any other television audience.
Well, thank you for bringing it to us exclusively. As we mentioned, you are a certified eating disorder specialist. So at what age do we see these eating disorders start to pop up in children? What are the red flags? And do you think social media is playing a role here?
Okay, going to split that out into 3 parts. Ages vary. When I say children, I actually mean children of any age, because a parent's kid can be 8 to 48. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They hit almost all ages. Some, according to the research, kids as young as 6 are already identifying thinness. They've already kind of put an idea together about dieting and how that works. So I'm not saying it's an eating disorder, but I'm saying it really spans the ages for who develops an eating disorder.
Yeah, what kind of role does the parent play in all this, right? Because the language you speak to your children about when it comes to weight and food really matters here.
You know, it really does matter. And I've worked with a lot of parents who did everything right. And the kids still have that vulnerability within them that, let's say they just start to try to get healthier or, go on a cleanse or try to lose weight. Well, there's an invisible button in them that makes them vulnerable. And so they often don't even realize that it shifted into an eating disorder. They just think they're trying harder and harder and harder and often they feel they're not doing the right things.
Right, and as a parent, it's kind of hard to establish a baseline. Dan, you mentioned there's a lot of picky eaters out there. Kids go through so many different phases. So what are the red flags when it comes to spotting these eating disorders as they pop up?
Well, I would say don't gauge it by appearance, first of all. A person can look intensely well and be very, very ill with an eating disorder. Also, a lot of the stereotypes we've been exposed to simply don't apply to many people with eating disorders. So I believe that parents can watch for changes in patterns related to eating and to exercise. And that might mean things that are subtle. They start off subtle, like avoiding meals with the family, weight going up or down. Again, a lot of times these start off with a healthy pursuit. Maybe they are getting really preoccupied with looks and body image, or there's a rigidity that often happens. Like something will shift from a choice about eating, exercise, whatever. It will shift into I have to, I must. And parents can't depend on their child knowing they have a disorder. As mentioned earlier, a lot of parents will ask, do you think you have a disorder? And the response is, that's ridiculous. No.
So you have a new book, right, tackling this very important topic. And so what are some of the tips and trades you kind of put in there specifically for parents?
Woohoo! So this book is it came from a parent and caregiver support group that I've been running for years. And I noticed that parents were asking the same questions over and over, different parents, same questions. And they were often so frightened and overwhelmed, and they were spending time looking for reliable answers. So I wanted to bring those answers into one space. The book answers around 80 questions that parents have actually asked.
Yeah.
And my co-author and I, we really tried to make sure that we wrote the book for parents to feel less alone, more informed, and more confident as they support their child in recovery. Oh, and we added some hope and humor throughout also.
Like that. Congratulations on the book. Thank you for giving us the sneak peek before anybody else. Appreciate you and your advice and what you're doing for parents out there as well.
Thank you, Alli.
Appreciate this. Thank you.